Hi, I'm Kel of Kel's Lampwork Glass channel. Hi subscribers, new subscribers and people who just popped in. If you could like, comment, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are notified when new videos are shared, I would be grateful because it helps keep my little channel going and growing. Welcome. Today we are going to be making a choker with beads from the Star-Crossed Lovers Kit by Softflex. So as you can see, I've got some beads on the mats. So these beads are for one side of the choker, which we are going to put on chain using some jump rings. This lovely bead is the centre bead, and these beads are for the other side. We've still got to wire up most of these beads, all bar this one, and we've got to wire up this one. So we are using 0.5mm, which is 24 gauge. And you're thinking, well, I bet this is what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, how are you going to do that? It's just going to fall off the end. Well, I'm going to make knotted head pins. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull off quite a long length. And then I'm just going to notch it in to the little notch. Cut it off with the flush side. Put that off to the side, which is just slightly unravelled because it didn't sit in the notch. Cut the other end so I make sure it's flush. Hold it with the pliers and get hold of my nylon jaw pliers and just run my, as you can see, I need new plates on my nylon jaw pliers. Run my nylon jaw pliers down the length of the wire. So that's straightened. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a few things out of the way. I'm going to move the beads that we've wrapped. And I'm going to move some of the other beads just up out the way so I don't knock them off the table. So let's wrap this centre one. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a round nose plier. Alright, so round nose plier. Sorry my hand took up the whole screen then. So you're going to get the very tip of it so it's not seen, right at the tip of the plier. And you're going to wrap it around the plier. Generally you wrap it round 3 times. But we're going to wrap it round a couple more times. You can wrap it round a few times. As you see, I've wrapped it round like 3 or 4 times. Then you're going to pull your wire up towards the tip. Right, so you've got it like that. Then you're going to take it off. And because this wire is so fine, I'm going to make sure my coils are pushed together. So I'm just pushing my coils together like that to make sure they're tight. Then you're going to get the tip and you're going to put it through the coils. You're going to put it down until you've got a little loop like that. Then you're going to get your nylon jaw pliers and you're going to hold it there. Get another pair of pliers and just pull it through slowly but tug with a bit of firmness. Then hold on to the knot and run your nylon jaw pliers along the length of the wire. And you end up with a little knot like that on the end. So that's how you do that one. Then all we're going to do is we're going to find the hole on the bead. Easier said than done with this bead. There we go. Just feed it down the bead, and as you can see, it's really tight on the bottom of the bead. Then we're going to bend over the top of the bead, and what we're going to do, we're going to do 3 loops on this bead. So we're going to go up and over, turn our pliers, and then we're going to open our pliers up and bring it through, wrap it round, open our pliers up and bring it through, and wrap it round, open our pliers up and bring it through and wrap it round. So then we're going to take our pliers out. We're going to get our bent nose pliers and hold it to close the loops together so we can wrap. Pull the wire towards our pliers and then wrap down towards the bead. Until it is tight, and then trim it off. And what I'm going to do is, while I'm here, so I know both ends are flush, I'm going to trim the ends. And then just put that aside. Just straighten it with my fingers as I put it aside. And then just make sure my end is in. So there we go. That's another one wrapped. That's the centre one wrapped. So now we're going to do the next one. So I'll do a couple of these with you. I'll show you how to wrap this long one and how to wrap this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to go and wrap the rest of them, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how to put it together. So again, around the pliers, around the round nose pliers a couple of times. These ones you don't need to do it as many times with, because the bead holes aren't as big. Oh, I do apologise about bouncing you around the world. So again, bring the wire up. Back through the hole, make the loop, get your nylon jaw pliers in place, make sure they are flush to the bottom of the loops that you've done. And then pull through and just run your nylon jaw pliers up. Always double check that you haven't got any rough bits, because if you've got a rough bit, what you can do is you can use your pliers just to push in any rough bits. So there you go. That's nice and smooth now. So now, again, feed on your bead. Bend your wire over the top of your pliers. Up, over, turn your pliers, and then just keep looping through 3 or 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and under. Take it off, hold it with your bent nose pliers and wrap down towards the bead. Just making sure you pull it up towards the pliers first. Smooth that out. Make sure you cut the end before you do your bead, so you know that you've got 2 flush ends. And then pinch in the end of the wire on your bead. Now we're going to do this bead. So again, knotted head pin. Now if your coil goes the opposite way, like mine's just done. Oh, no, I'm alright, my coil's gone the right way. You can always pull your wire down towards you. So instead of going up, pull down towards you. So pull this way instead of that way if your coils go the wrong way. So I'm going to flatten my coils because my coils are a bit open. Push through the hole and pull down till I've got a little loop. Get my nylon jaw pliers and pull. Hold on to your knotted head pin and straighten your wire out. And again, just feed your bead on. And it just stays on. Like literally, this is the easiest way when your head pins are not going to be sufficient for the holes, or like when you're going to be wrapping like 2 or 3 times like I am, for like here for like your bail bits. A knotted head pin is probably your best bet. I really do believe. So again, hold it with your bent nose pliers. Bring the wire all the way up towards your pliers and then wrap down towards the bead. and cut it off. And trim the end again. If you find that your wire's getting a bit chewed up like this, like mine's getting a bit bent up, you can always hold on to your end, get your nylon jaw pliers and straighten it out again. So it just takes all the chewedness up out of it. So again, push in your wires. Make sure your loop's alright. So I'm just going to have to try and sort my loop out a bit. I think I might have to rewrap this if I can't sort my loop out. Oh no, I think I've sorted it. Yep, there we go. Sorted. All I've done is I've just put my round nose pliers into the wraps and just wiggled them about a bit to reaffirm the hole. Because the wraps, when I was wrapping it and I got hold of it, I kind of squished the wraps a bit. So next one, hold on to the end tip of the pliers, push it up, so we've got it. Flatten down your coils a bit. Make sure there's no wires that are going to stick out. So I'm just worried about that one that's going to stick out. There we go. Then feed it through the gap, through the wraps and down so you get the loop. Hold on to it and pull so you get the knot on the end, as you'll see there. Hold on to the knot and pull with your nylon jaw pliers. And now feed the bead on. And again, bend over your pliers like I've just done, and then you need to wrap. So up and over, turn bottom to top of your pliers, under, and then open the mouth of your pliers, through, under the bottom of the pliers, open the mouth of your pliers and through, under the bottom of your pliers, open the mouth of your pliers and through, and under the bottom of your pliers. And then again, hold with your bent nose pliers and wrap down, making sure that your wire was all the way up to your pliers. And what I'm going to do is just reaffirm that hole. Sorry, off the camera frame again. Do apologise. So now I'm going to cut this wire off. cut the end again. Straighten that out a bit. And just use my pliers to push the end in. And straighten up the loop. So there we go. So again, so we've got 3 beads left. So I might as well wrap them on screen. So again, do a loop. I'm just pushing down the end of the wire into the pliers. So wrap down. And pull up. Put through the hole. If I can get it through. Seems like it wants to run away from me today. There we go. I've got it. Again, hold with pliers after you've got the loop. Holding on under your pliers, grab a pair of bent nose or chain nose pliers and pull. And then hold on to the knot and smooth it out. Add on a bead, which I'm putting on this little red barrel bead. Bend over chain nose or bent nose pliers. Then over the barrel, over top of the barrel of your round nose pliers, turn top to bottom, underneath. And then open your jaws of your barrels and wrap underneath, round and underneath, and then again open your jaws, wrap round and underneath, open your jaws again, wrap round and underneath. So take your round nose pliers off. Hold with your bent nose pliers, pull up towards your bent nose pliers, and then straighten up, and then wrap down towards the bead. And then cut off the excess. And then trim the ends. And then push in the ends of the wire. And just make sure everything's straight. Oh, hopefully we might get the last 2 beads out of this wire. So again, on the round nose pliers, on tip of the wire, push up, just flatten down the loops, go through the loop, grab nylon jaw pliers, put them right against the loops like this. Grab a pair of pliers, chain nose or bent nose, and pull through, and then straighten the wire. Put it onto the bead. Bend it with a pair of pliers over the pliers. Get a pair of round nose pliers. Up over the top barrel, top to bottom barrel, and wrap underneath. And then open the noses of the pliers, wrap through and under, open again, and through and under, and open again and through and under. Take them out, get your chain nose pliers, well, your bent chain nose pliers, hold your loops up towards your loops, and then wrap down towards the bead. And cut the wire. And then just cut the end off the wire. Oh, I'm really hoping that'll be enough. And then just push in the end. So last but not least, one last bead. Get the end. Wrap it around the round nose pliers. And then pull it up. Flatten down. And push in any bits that could be sharp. And then put the wire through. Put that up a bit further. Put the loop against the nylon jaw pliers and pull down with a pair of chain nose pliers or bent chain nose pliers, and then straighten out. I think we've got just enough wire here. And then add on the bead over a pair of bent nose pliers. Get your round nose pliers up and over, turn bottom to top, underneath, and then open the jaws of your pliers, through and round and underneath, through and round and underneath, through and round and underneath. And that's all we need to do for that one. Take them out, grab your bent nose pliers, pull up towards your bent nose pliers, and then wrap down towards your bead. And we are left with the tiniest scrap of wire. This is what we are left with. That literally covered us to do all them beads. So, next, what we're going to do is we are going to cut our chain lengths. So let me dig out all our chain lengths that we need that are tangled around a load of jump rings that we're going to need for this project. Then I'm going to have to sort out and make sure I don't cut two of the longest ones, or the longest one. So we should have one that is 1 inch, let me find all my lengths. One that is 1.5 inches. One that is 2 inches. One that is 2.5 inches. One that is 3 inches. One that is 3.5 inches. Just making sure I've got them in order. One that is 4 inches and one that is 4 3/4 inches, which is our centre. Right, so let me pull you out a little so you can see the exact lengths. Right, so what we're going to do, as you see that grades down. Right, so this goes down that way. We're going to have the same going up that way, and they are all going to hang off this hoop with the beads on the end. So that is what we're going to do next. So let's get cutting the chain. So as I said, let's cut these chains. So I've got this chain, which is a fine chain. So we're going to get a head pin so the chains don't fall off the end. I'm using a ball head pin. So we're going to get the 1 inch chain. We're going to get the end link. We're going to get the end link of the chain. And we're going to feed them on. Now, you can do it dangling like that and cut it. But due to my eyesight, I tend to hold on to it and cut it. So I go down it, make sure that we're right next to it, and then cut it. Then dangle it and make sure that they're even length. So that's the two 1 inches. So let's put them side by side, just off the mat, just off camera frame. So now I'm going to do the two 1.5 inches. So same process. Me and my words. As you know, I have a total fight with words, as I'm sure many of you do. So again, onto the end. Feed all the way down, making sure that you've got it tight. And clip. Double check they're even. And they are. And pull them off. Put them off to the side. Next one, which is 2 inches. And again, same process. And double check the length. Right, we've got one link too long on one of these. Or have I? No, they seem okay. No, they're actually okay. Right, then the next one. So 1 inch, 1/2, 2 inches, now 2.5 inches. Now we've got 3 inches. If you're using a bigger chain, you might want to go in 1/4 inch segments and open your links. So, oh, I went miles off there. There we go. Finally got it. That one really got away from me. So 1 inch, 1/2, 2 inch, 2.5, 3 inch. So now 3.5. That last one really did get away from me, that last one did. Sometimes doing it the way I'm doing it, it can get away from you. Because you can do it by measuring it as well, using a tape measure. This might have to be trimmed a little. Yes, it is going to have to be trimmed a little. It only had to be trimmed by a link. Alright, and this last one is 3 3/4. The reason it's 3 3/4 is because of this one bead being so long, that oval bead. So the centre bead, sorry, I told you a porky. This one is 3. Sorry, the centre one is 3 3/4. And that's the only one that doesn't go by half measurements. And there's only one of them that is a different, that doesn't go by halves. I'll recut that. Cut that a little bit too short. I'll use that chain for something else. On another project. There we go. Right, so now we've got all our lengths of chain. I'm just going to get all my chain bits off my mat. All these little bits of chain, just collect them all up. Now bring in the jump rings. This final bead is actually for our dangle, which we will end up doing another knotted head pin with. So let me get our open jump rings out the way, because they are for our bell and for our ends. Let me get our bigger jump rings out the way, because they're for our other end. So let's get, I'm just sorting our findings out. Right, so we've got here 15 in total. I'd say they're about 4mm jump rings. So let's get a 1mm bead, and a 1mm chain, sorry, and a jump ring and a bead, our outside bead, and our pliers. So I've got a pair of bent nose pliers and a pair of chain nose pliers. You walk it open by holding the pliers, one plier still and one plier, and walk it towards you or away from you. Put the chain on, the last link of the chain on, and our bead, and then close it the same way you opened it, making sure it's closed properly. Sorry, I'll make sure I'm a bit more central. Then I'm going to put that back where I had it. I will lie this back out where you can see it when we're finished. I'll lie it out here. So again, we're going to get our bead. We're going to find the gap in our jump ring. Going to get our pliers. Hold one of our pliers, walk it towards us while holding the other one still. Put the chain on. Put the loop of the bead on. And then walk the jump ring back, making sure it's properly closed, especially because this chain's so fine. Alright, our next bead and our next chain. And our jump ring again. Find the gap in the jump ring. Hold it still, walk it towards us. Hook the chain on. Hook the bead on. And close the jump ring perfectly. If you have to wiggle it a bit, wiggle it a bit. Then our next bead and our next chain. And another jump ring. And same process again. Hold with your pliers and walk towards us. And hook on the last link of the chain. And again, your bead. And then close the jump ring properly. Oh, sorry for bouncing you around. It's because my hand's so close to my ring lights. Alright, next one. And then again, last link of the chain on and the bead on and close it up. I will leave in the description for this video where you can find to buy the kits from Softflex. At the moment, they've got a kit out called Double Rainbow. And they've also got a bead strand to match, which is absolutely stunning and is due to come out on the 24th of February. So that is going to be worth a look. That is due to come out tomorrow. So that is going to be absolutely amazing. So I will put that in the kit. Also, for this kit, Star-Crossed Lovers, you need to use for your pictures #lovers, which is an absolutely wonderful hashtag. So again, we need to hold on to the jump ring, walk it open, put the chain on the last link, oh, this one don't want to go on the last link. It's like fishing at the fair. It's like fishing for ducks. Not real ducks, rubber duckies, but let's try turn that jump ring round. See if that helps. At the moment, I'm watching on Netflix something about Dallas Cowboys cheer squad, where they build their cheer squad, how they build it. It's actually rather interesting how they build their cheer squad. like the process of it. It's actually quite competitive for the women. That are involved in going through the process of actually doing it. I never realised how competitive it actually was. And their opening sequence, honestly, I'd actually never seen it before. But oh my god, it is actually amazing. Their Thunderstruck opening dance is amazing. For those of you who have honestly seen it, which I'm sure of you have, many of you have actually seen it, right? It is outstanding. I would love to hear how many of you who are watching this are Dallas Cowboy fans. And how many of you have seen this Dallas Cowboy cheerleading Dallas Cowboy documentary on Netflix? And what you thought of it? I also, the other day, absolutely majorly binge watched Harry Potter again. Because I'm a totally big kid. And I'll 100% admit that. I'll always admit I'm a big kid when it comes to Harry Potter. All the way. Admit I'm a big kid. So, Harry Potter. I've got to admit, J.K. Rowling wrote one of the all-time best set of books there. The films are great, but I will admit the books are definitely better. But I'm an avid book reader, so... I suggested to my friend to watch them, and she went, nah, Harry Potter's really not my thing. And I went, you what? How can Harry Potter not be your thing? I couldn't believe that she didn't like Harry Potter. I actually always thought she liked Harry Potter. But my other friend doesn't like Harry Potter either. That's how long the centre one is. So now onto the other side. And all you're building is you're building a kind of bib, but the bib is going to run off the ring that you've got. So that's all you're doing. So you're just running it off a quick link. So you'll find all my information also in the description of the video. Below here, which will have my Instagram, it'll have my TikTok, it'll have my Etsy, it'll have my threads, it'll have my website, it'll have basically everywhere you can find me. My website has so much stuff on it that I'm sure you'll find something very unique to suit your absolutely beautiful style that you have. Because everyone has a very beautiful, unique style. Because not everyone's the same, are they? Because why would you want to be the same? Because that's boring, being the same. Being unique is a wonderful thing. As I said, just keep making sure your jump rings are closed. You can basically do this bottom line, this bit that I'm doing here, with any beads. You can use any chain you want. As you've noticed, I'm doing a mixed media really. Sort of mixed metals. Right, I'm using a bit of gold and a bit of silver. I'm using silver chain, but the rest of my stuff I'm using is gold. And that's purely, and I will admit, because I don't own any fine gold chain that my jump rings would fit through. That's one little thing I need to sort out quickly, because my loops are separated. It's probably because I'm trying to do it at the wrong end. I was trying to put my jump ring through at my knotted head pin end. That was why my rings had separated. Now the next one. We've only got 3 left. This one and 2 more. So, if you like Harry Potter, which is your favourite Harry Potter film? I like The Prisoner of Azkaban is my favourite Harry Potter film. Because I find the Order of the Phoenix and the Half-Blood Prince and the ones after that too sad. Because like Dumbledore dying and Sirius Black dying, it's too much trauma to Harry Potter. And so everyone else, and then the rest of the Order dying and sort of other people dying, it's like too much trauma. Right, so on our last one, and then I'm going to pull down the other mat and show you what it looks like. What our chain pieces all in a row look like. And then I will put this mat, and then what I'll do, I'll put this mat back and we will carry on. So this is what it will look like, but a bit closer together with the ring. Hold on. Yeah, with the ring at the top. So that is what it'll look like, but tighter in with the ring at the top with everything dangling down. So on to the next bit. It's time to move this mat back up out the way so that we can bring the other mat back in. So let's put this back in and pull you back down. Right, so we're going to bring our ring in, and we're going to bring in other jump rings, and we are going to attach each of our chains to our ring. So let's open our chains up. Well, not chains, jump rings, sorry. So walk them open again. On the end of, on the last link of the chain, and this is going to be on every chain, and then round the ring and close it up. and make sure it's very well closed. And all it's going to do is it's just going to hang like that off the ring. So next we're going to add the black rondelle. So again, I'm going to walk the jump ring open. Last link of the chain. And that needs opening a bit more. And then hook it over and close it. Then your next one, which is your barrel bead. You're just going to make sure you open them wide enough that they can go round the ring. And then we close back up again evenly. If you can't find the gap to a jump ring without, when you're looking at it, use the tip of your nail and you'll always find the end of the jump ring. So now we are on one of the checkered beads. And sometimes what you have to do is just move them so that they don't twist around each other. And then just lay them back down. Next, we got another one of these beads that we started off with. Oh, better put that on the ring before I close it up. That would be an advisable idea. I was going to close that up without putting it on the ring first, on the quick link. Then our next checker bead. I have to put that one back in the right place in a second. I must not close the jump ring correctly. Sometimes the jump rings just don't close just tight enough. So that one goes there. Because as you can see, the jump ring is still on there. And quite well closed, but just not quite enough closed. Now, time to flip them over. Get all these back in order. There we go. They're back in order now. So we've got as I said, this isn't for the faint of heart, this necklace or this choker. You've got your little 1mm chain. You've got your 1.5. You've got, oh, now to untangle these. This is one of these necklaces that you have to hang up when you take off. Just let me dangle it to get these all untangled. So, you've got your 1 mil chain. You've got your 1.5. Your 2. Your 2.5. Your 3 mil. Your 3.5. Now we're going to put the 4. Sorry, I'm talking in mils. These are inches. So we got 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5 inch, 3 inch, 3.5 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inch, 2.5, 3.5 inch. I'm losing the plot. 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inch, 2.5, 3 inch, 3.5, 4 inch. This should be 4.5, I think. One, 2, 2.5, 3. No, this is 4. This is definitely 4. Because there's 7 chains starting at 1 inch. What I will do is I'll write them in the description because I've got them written down. The problem is they're on the phone that I'm recording on. So I can't quite remember off the top of my head what the lengths are. I did say them at the beginning when I was measuring out the chains, but now I can't remember. Did you hear that little click? That was the jump ring going into place. So now we're going to put the 4 3/4 in place. Now I know how long that one is, and that's the centre one. And then I'm going to go and do the other side off camera, so you haven't got to watch this constantly tangling. And then I will come back to show you the finished and laid out, and I can show you how we are going to attach the rest of the necklace. Right, but I will show you what bit we are going to attach in a second. Before I go off camera to do to do the other side of this ring. So we have this silk cord which has a ribbon end which we will put the other end on camera, with a bail in the center which will have 2 jump rings on which are attached to the ring, and then we will put a clasp on, and this is what will go around your neck to make the choker. So that is what we are going to attach to the necklace, and that is 14 3/4 inches long. So I'm going to go off camera to finish putting on the rest of these chains, and I will be back in a few minutes, and that hopefully will mean you can catch up if you are also doing this project along with me, and I will see you soon. So as you can see, I finished putting the rest of the chain onto the quick link. I've got it sideways so you can see the full length of the chain. So let's get the jump rings that we need to put onto ribbon. So I've got a bail bead, and I've got it on 14 3/4 inches length of ribbon. Right, so before we put this on to the ribbon, we're going to put the other ribbon end on to this end. So you're going to need to hold that in place. Make sure your ribbon's flat. We're using a silk ribbon, and you're just going to hold it in, and you're going to flatten it and flatten the ribbon end. You're going to flatten it down quite hard. And just push it down. Then any fluffies sticking out the side, you're just going to get your scissors and just trim them off. So you've got, I think I'll do them with my nippers. There we go. And basically you've got that. So you've got a length of ribbon with 2 ribbon ends. Right, so we're going to do that and put that to the side. Then we're going to get a bit of chain, and we're going to unhook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 links, and on the 8th link we are going to find the link where it opens, which can be hard on these textured links, but it's there. And take the link off. Close the link back up. Make sure it's properly closed. Put that to the side. And now we are going to make another knotted head pin. And I find what I have done with, there they are, my nylon jaw pliers. This time we're going to use 18 gauge wire. The reason we're using 18 gauge is because it gives it a bit of substance. So I'm going to cut off a length of this. That's, probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 inches. And again, like we did before with the previous one, we're just going to go round and around 3 times and then bring it up. I'm going to make sure my coils are tampered down. Then bring it through. Put it up against the coil. And pull. Which didn't quite work that time. So I'm going to go back round. That against the coil. And pull. There we go. We got it that time. And I split my nail. That always annoys me when I split my nail, because that means I've got to cut my nail and file it. I'm going to put the bead on. Bend it over the top of the bead. Up and over. Round. Put a gap in the bead. And put a gap in the wire, sorry. And then slip it over the link. In the of the chain. Get me bent chain nose pliers. Close that link, close that loop up very tight, which is going to be tight because I made it tight, and then wrap down towards the bead. And cut the wire off. This is a ceramic bead. Alright, just make sure you push your ends in. so they don't snag on your clothes. And then just straighten up your loop. So there we go, we've got a chain to go on the end of our necklace. So now we are going to add that to the end of our ribbon bits. So on one end we are going to add just give me a second, I just need to grab another jump ring. On one end we're going to add our clasp, on the other end we're going to add our chain. So let's put our onto the clasp through, and close it. I'm wondering whether to add a second jump ring. Why, just look at this. So I'm just looking at it and thinking, nah, I'm not going to add the second jump ring because it should hook on fine. Alright, so I'm going to close the jump ring. If I need to at a later date, I'll add the second jump ring. If you find while making this you need to add a second jump ring, please do. Sometimes I find while making this I can't always see if I need to add a second jump ring until I go to clasp it. Sorry, I'm slightly off the edge of the screen there. Now I'm going to add this other end. Put the jump ring through the ribbon clasp and then add the chain and then close the jump ring. Making sure to close it well. So there we go. So now we are going to add on the loop. So you need to add we're adding on 2 jump rings through the loop of the bail. So we're going to do 1, and close it, and close it well. Then we're going to get the second one and go exactly the same way we did. And up through the bail bead and close it. And there we go. We have a beautiful tassel choker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you up and I will put it on the bust. So give me a minute and I'll turn you up so you can see it in all the glory. So I'll see you up there. Thank you for watching today, for me making a choker with Softflex's Star-Crossed Lovers kit. So let me show you what I've made. I'm sure you're going to love it. This is the choker. So as you can see, it's got this really dramatic dangle. So let me bring it forwards so you can see this dangle. It is so dramatic, very, very gothic. Right, I absolutely love it, as I'm sure many of you do. It has this really, really dramatic feel to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And at the back, you've got this extender with just this little pop of red on the back of a ceramic bead with the stars on it. So, thank you again for watching, as I said before I showed you the necklace. But subscribers, new subscribers, and people who just popped in to watch, I'm so grateful for you watching today. And if you could like, comment, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I share new videos, I would be so grateful, as it helps keep my little channel going and growing. Because new videos are definitely for you, my subscribers, and also you, the people that watch. So I'll see you again soon, and I'm sure to have some more interesting videos that you are definitely going to like. So thank you for watching today, and I'll see you again very soon with some more videos of me making stuff and unboxings. See you again. Bye. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I'm